also was asked to talk about safe spaces in the workplace. And the reason why I sort of paused in that moment is I get a different reaction from people when I talk about being safe in the workplace. Safe spaces really are talking about our fundamental need to survive, that we need physically, mentally, and emotionally to feel safe. And so when we have a big reaction about trying to create safe places, I think that's more speaking to us and our experience than what we're really trying to do. Because don't we all want to be safe with each other? And don't we all want to try our very best to make sure that we feel safe together? I'll give you a moment to answer that. The answer is yes. We want to be able to create the conditions for safety to the very best of our ability. And yeah, we're going to mess it up. And yeah, I don't want that to mean that every second of every day we've got to be careful about what we say, what we do. But I am saying that when we know better, we do better, to the best of our ability. Again, some days it's easier than others. When you're hungry, angry, lonely, tired, it's harder to be your best self and to help create a collective of safety. That, yeah, creating conditions for safety is about mental health and well-being. We owe it to each other because we are a collective, and my mental well-being is influenced by yours, and yours is influenced by mine. So when we create these conditions for safety, that's very helpful. Another thing that's really helpful is when we do our very best to do our own work so that we are bringing in healthy people, healthy conversation, healthy actions and behaviors. Easier said than done. And I do think that it starts with creating these collectives of safety. And some of the key conditions for safety that come up time and time again in the hundreds of courses that I've been able to facilitate over the years is that in order to feel safe, we want to make sure that we start with no judgment. Okay, but let's just stick with no judgment, no negative judgment, because we all judge positively and negatively. What I'm talking about is that quick snap judgment that basically injects your bias, the stigma, all kinds of narratives that we grew up with, that we conform to, or that we created. Fundamentally, I think we judge people negatively, like what they say, what they wear, what they do, because we're, again, trying to feel safe and survive. And if left unchecked, that judgment impacts the relationship. So working towards this negative judgment, withholding and reserving the negative judgment can be really helpful. So there's that one. The other one is maybe not making light of other people's challenges. I fell into the pitfall of the yeah, but, like when people start telling me, in the meeting you did this, this, and this, and I'm like, well, yeah, but. So if somebody's sharing with you that they're having a really rough go, we get to do our very best work to sort of park our emotional reactivity, our stories, to really be curious and try and figure out what they're doing and what they're talking about. This can be hard when the yeah, but is right there. So we talk about no negative judgment, not making light of other people's challenges, and being mindful of our yeah, but. The other thing too is when we're supporting people, we want to make sure that confidentiality is key. And I'm not just talking about if you're sharing something with me, I'm not going to go blab it out there. I'm also talking about the no gossip. If I'm thinking of something, feeling something, or if I've experienced something, then I'm not going to go into to everybody else. So confidentiality too, keeping some of your processing to yourself, or bring that to an outside party who's neutral and also very safe. I think this is part of the juice that creates, I'm going to use the word safety, but well-being. The juice that creates this, I really had a good day today. We were vibing together. I feel like I got my work done and I helped other people. I didn't get in the way of other people. I didn't have that itchy, scratchy feeling from my coworkers because there was miscommunication or missed deadlines or pressure or stress. We all owe it to each other. But those are the ones that come up frequently. And I hope they help to create some of the tools so you can create a collective of safety. I'm Sherry Lachine, and I'm glad you were here.